Fire up that money printer today, because today we're gonna be talking about the 5 most profitable stocks that I've invested in 2020 and 2021. What's going on, everyone? It's Ethan here, back in with another video. And here so far, the stock market has been super volatile. And of course, I had to make this video on a green day just to pump up my numbers just a tad bit with the percentages. But anyways, the stock market has been crazy. I can go on and on about the stock market. I'd love to make more videos about this. So if you want to see more videos like this, hit that thumbs up button. Really helps the channel grow and helps motivate me to pump more content like this. But anyways, we're talking about the 5 most profitable stocks that I've put money in 2020 and 2021. Let's get right into it. First off, we're gonna start off with an honorable mention, which is Cheesecake Factory, ticker symbol CAKE. Honestly, this one didn't make the top 5, but it was so close to making it. And personally, I love the food, and this is why I bought it. So far, I bought it at an average price of $21.07. And today it's sitting at around $58.61. So it's a net gain of plus 179%. I bought this in during like the peak pandemic. Retail was going down, food and chain restaurants were going down. And even during the pandemic, I remember I was buying takeout from Cheesecake Factory and there were lines for it and they're pretty busy. So a little bit of a degen speculative buy here. I bought just a little bit, so it's not a huge percentage of my portfolio. It's a win-win, so this one is an honorable mention. Shout out to Cheesecake Factory, because personally love the food and I can't get enough of it. So rounding up the top 5 that did make it, this one I'm really surprised on. Actually, most of the one I'm really surprised about, but this one, Revolve, ticker symbol RVLV. I have a 186% gain on this. I got in at an average price of $16.31. And once again, this was another degen spec play that I bought a very small position of. I think this was like a degen buy because I saw it on Twitter. I think Portnoy was tweeting about it.
I invested in Revolve. Isn't that the chick stuff? I saw her smoke on my feed, bought something from Revolve. This is a true story.
I bought a little bit of it and somehow it's really worked out. It's up to like $40, $50 and it's really gone up. I don't even know what they do. I think it's more catered towards women clothing, exercise, like attire and outfits. This is how little I know about this, and this is why it's such a shock that this is rounding up the top 5 of this list. I know nothing about this, I'll be honest with you. So obviously, once again, I do have to say, this is not financial advice. I'm just a random idiot that likes to talk about stocks and what my experience has been. So clearly, I don't know anything about Revolve. I put a little bit of money in it, and it's made me money, so it's kind of a net win-win overall. This next one is a fun one, Upwork, ticker symbol UPWK. So far, I have an average price of this one of $16.09, now sitting at $46.93. I'm up 191% on this stock, and I bought this around March 2020, and I just kept buying it as it kept going down when everything plummeted. I chose this over Fiverr. If you don't know what Upwork is, it's essentially a site where people can start like selling freelance work and work from home and work remotely and do different projects online. It works really well for like the e-commerce space or online, anything online pretty much. And I personally use it a lot in terms of getting different animations and stuff going on. So here, I personally just chose this over Fiverr due to the valuation and the cost of the stock. At the time, like I said, I did buy it for $16, and when Fiverr was going on, it was much higher. Anyways, both would have been really great investments. And obviously when COVID hit, it was a huge boost when everyone was stuck at home and people had more time to do some freelance work and just start side hustles. So this was really cool, and it was a sneaky big investment now that I just checked on it. So I'm really happy that things have gone really well with Upwork. I definitely want to buy a little more, but given the price point right now, I'm happy with the investment. And this is gonna round at number 4 of my most profitable stocks. If you want to buy it, feel free to buy it. I think I'm going to buy into Fiverr as well in a little bit if that price ever goes down, but there's that. Coming in at number 3, this one, Carnival Cruise Line, CCL. This one I just bought, like obviously once again, peak pandemic when all the cruise lines just pretty much tanked way down. So here I got in an average price of $8.18, now sitting just under $27. And it's been a net gain so far of 232%. Once again, not really the largest position that I own. I have 150 shares of this one, and it was pretty much just a degen play once again for cruises since everything did drop. I think I chose Carnival over Norwegian or any of the other options simply because I've been on one Carnival cruise in my life. One cruise I've ever been on in my life, the one was Carnival, and that kind of just pushed me to buy some CCL. So there's that. I don't really know how long I'm gonna hold this one for. It's not necessarily a huge long-term play for me, but so far made a good amount of money so far, a good return on this one, and I think I might sell this once it goes back to its like original position in terms of pricing before the pandemic. But it looks like we've got a long ways to go with that in terms of cruises coming back and rolling steadily. So like I said, don't know how long it'll go for. I certainly will not be buying more into this position because I don't really know and I don't see this as like a huge long-term play. But yeah, once again, making good money, taking advantage of the pandemic pricing. Coming in at number 2, if you watch this channel, obviously I am a huge fan of this one. It's Dave & Buster's, ticker symbol PLAY. I got in at an average price of $10.25, now sitting around $45. It is a plus so far of 335%. Once again, took advantage of the COVID pricing when retail shut down. And honestly, I didn't even know that Dave & Buster's was public. And turns out they were. Turns out they plummeted. And I bought them because I'm just personally a huge fan. And obviously, once again, it's gone really well considering how everything plummeted so much. And I got a huge discount on this one and up 300+%. That's a huge win. Once again, I don't know if this one's a long-term play or long-term holds. I'm not entirely super knowledgeable about their financials, but once again, there's another degen play, another speculative buy, and it's gone really well. I think one of the themes about this is that most of these purchases are speculative. None of the stocks that I've talked about here so far in this video do I have a massive holding on or position on, mainly because they were speculative buys. And when you talk about speculative buys, it's always super risky. And I also got them at a huge discount around like the March to June months where nothing was going on in the world that time. So sitting now, it's going pretty well. I don't think I'm gonna buy any more, but I'm gonna sit on this for a while. One, because I'm just a huge personal fan of Dave & Buster's, and 2, I don't really like selling stocks unless I think it's a real short-term gain. So this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but this one's a big win. Rounding off at number 1 of the most profitable stock I've owned, this shouldn't come to any surprise. I've made a separate video about this. It's PENN National Gaming, ticker symbol PENN. My average price is $21 and now it's sitting at $121 when I'm recording this video. So far it's a net of 479%. If you watched that video where I talked about PENN and went through my analysis of buying it, since making that video, I've actually purchased more, and this is one that I'm definitely gonna hold long term. Out of all of the 5 stocks or 6 stocks I talked today, PENN is really the only one that I really see as a legitimate holding and long-term investment. So in the past few days, PENN and pretty much the whole market dropped a bunch. I bought more of this when it dropped under $100 a share. I figured that was a buy. I think with PENN, the days of it being a $30, $40, $50 stock are behind us, especially with the Barstool investment. So I think with PENN, it's not really as much of a gaming company as more of a social media online brand, considering they do have 36% of Barstool, and the Barstool bump really exploded this stock. So personally, I dipped in, bought more under $100. I think it was around like $97 or $98 where I bought a few more shares. And obviously this investment has been ridiculously crazy and they just keep going to the moon. So yeah, this number 1 stock shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. If you didn't watch that video of me going over PENN and the investments and how I bought them, definitely go check out that video. It's a fun one. I uploaded it a month or 2 ago. So that's gonna round up my top 5 most profitable stocks. Big shout out to PENN and Barstool for making me a lot of money so far. But I can talk about the stock market and my different investment strategies and everything about investment related on and on and on. So I have a lot of different video ideas to talk about. I think the main overall theme as to why I'm spending so much time in the stock market is I heard this quote where in order to get rich, you have to shift your mindset of working for your money versus having your money work for you. And with investments, especially the stock market and alternative methods of investments like crypto, sports cards, and NFTs are now in this category as well. There's a lot of different opportunities and just trying out a bunch of different things. So definitely going to be talking more about my mindset on that. If you guys want to see that, drop a like, leave a comment down below. Really appreciate all the support on this channel here and hopefully you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.